Hey YouTube family, welcome to Coding Quill. Today we are continuing our C programming series journey with our fourth topic of variables in C programming and formatted and unformatted IO functions. So, what is variable? So basically it is like a container in programming where we store and manipulate data. So just like you can say that variable is a kind of memory location and it is changeable, which we can change value of variable during execution of programs. Now let's see the rules for writing the variable names. So let's see the rules for writing the variable's name. Rules for writing variable names. So the first one is here that your variable name will contain up to maximum of 30 characters only. 30 characters only. Sorry, max of 30 characters. Max of 30 characters. So if you think this as a variable length, so basically it is not. The variable length is unlimited. It is unlimited. Okay, the variable length is unlimited, but only the first 30 characters, is your significant. So just take an example of if you think age variable, or and also you can use underscore as well, not other symbol but only underscore. Likewise you take as name underscore age. Okay, so basically this is up to 30 characters only, max up to 30 characters only. So let's move on to the second one, that your variable name, it includes alphabets and number. Only alphabets, which is your obviously A, B, C, D, and numbers, means 1, 2, 3, 4 and etc. And it doesn't accept I told you earlier that it doesn't accept any special characters or any blank spaces. It only accept the underscore only. If you take any symbols in C, it only accept underscore. It doesn't accept any other symbol like you take slash or any other thing. It doesn't accept. Only it accept underscore only. And reserved word not accepted. So reserved word is nothing but your data type. Data type, if you know that your int data type or float data type and many more, up to 32 data types. Now we move on to the declaration and assigning values. Declaration and assigning values. Okay, so the declaration of variables, so basically it is done before if they are used in a program. Okay, take an example like int x, y, z. So basically int is your data type, and x, y, z is your variables. or you can take float, which is your decimal part, float a comma b. So now on, it's also a data type. Float is also a data type. Data type. Data type. And AB is your variables. Okay. So you understand the declaration of variable. So I am declaring x, y, z in data type as int data type, or declaring variable in float. So float will take like 12.4, this kind of data, point data. And yes, one more thing, variables are always separated by commas. You see this, I am separating this as a commas, with a commas, x comma y comma z. And declaration, I am ending this declaration with a semicolon. Okay, all time you need to memorize this key, that when you declaring a variable, it always be in semicolon, and you have to separate it by the commas only, like x comma y comma z, or you take any other variables, a comma b or any other thing, and always used to end this declaration with semicolons. Now we move on to the assigning part. Assigning part, oh, sorry, not assigning part, assigning values. So the values will be assigned to a variable using the assignment operator. Okay, assignment operator is nothing but your equal to. So for example, we take how we assign how we assign values to a variable. You can see, like I take x equal to 100. So x is nothing but your variable, and you are assigning this value of 100 in x. You are assigning this value in x, like x equal to 100. So basically it is your constant. So I can write this syntax for assigning value is your variables equal to constant. So this is your syntax for assigning value. And for the declaration part, it's your syntax is syntax for declaration. So I remove this. Your syntax for declaration will be yes, data type and variable or variable 2. So this is your syntax for declaration part. So please bear with my writing. Okay. So we can also assign values to a variable at the time when the variable is declared. For example, we can take this as int 100. So int is your data type, x is your variable, and 100 is your constant. So in integer part I am declaring a constant as 100 in variable in data type. Now let's move on to the types of variables. So basically it can be classified based on their scope and lifetime. Here you can see main types of variable based on scope. So the first one is a local variable, global variable and static variable. So in your local variable it is declared inside a function or a block of code, and which is only accessible within any specific function. And in global variable it is declared outside the function, and it can be accessible for any part of program. And also memory remains allocated throughout the program execution. Now static variable, which is a type of a local variable which is declared with the static keyword inside any function. Okay, so take an example, static int x equal to 10. Now let's move on to the formatted and unformatted console IO function. So IO function is nothing but input output function. So in C programming you get to know about two types of IO function, which we discuss later in video. Till then let's continue to our topic. So input is like when user used to feed some data into program and is given in the form of file or from a command line prompt. And on other hand, output is like to display some data on screen or printer in any file format. And the both input and output, so basically it is a standard input output library which allows input and output operation are carried out through function calls only. So now move on to the standard files. So in C programming, devices like keyboard, screen are treated as files. When a program executes, 3 files are automatically opened to provide access to these devices. So it means that in C we can interact with devices such as the keyboard and screen just like we interact with files in our program, just like this only. So you can see these 3 files. Now let's move on to the types of IO function. So there are basically 2 types of IO function, which is your formatted IO functions and unformatted IO functions. You can see this image. So formatted IO function operate on various type of data like printf and scanf. So printf basically it is a function which is used to print any combination of data in which output data or result of any operation can be displayed from the computer to a standard output device. Take example, printf %d, 1234. So %d is nothing but it is a integer. Okay. On other hand, scanf, this function is used to enter any combination of input in which data can be entered into the computer using the standard input C library. So take an example as scanf %d and a. And a is nothing but we are taking an address from the integer source of file or character source of file, just like that. So let's move on to the code block to see the practical implementation. So take example. So I'm writing the hashtag include stdio.h. So this is basically your header file, and now main. So all things of code is defined in main only. Okay. curly braces, taking as name as a character, CHER name, and giving the length of 20. Now taking a age, age. So one more thing, semicolon. Okay. Now there is a printf and scanf main commands. I am showing you example. Printf, printf, enter your name. Okay, make it more beautiful. So, and now scanf. In simple words, I am taking a address. So character, I am taking a name. So the character is defined in %s, and taking a address and name, its name. It redirects from this name only. Okay, name. Now taking the second user input, like age, for the age, printf, enter your age. Okay, enter your age. And scanf. So you know the integer part. The integer part always defined with the %d. Okay, and taking a address as age, and taking a address as age, and one thing more, comma, and age. Okay, sounds good. Now I have to print the whole thing in one. So for that I will write printf hello %s for the name, you are %d for the age. We'll taking age as a %d because it is an integer, and s as a character, %s as a character. So you are %d years old, years old, and welcome to coding Quill. And yes, we have to give that %s and %d. What is this? So printf doesn't know what does this %s and %d know. So we have to give this %s as our name, and %d as your age. Okay, and at last semicolon. Return 0. Okay, looks great. I think I will leave this comma. So save this file as in your okay as your 02.c. Okay, now let's build and run this. So I'm writing my name, Rohan. My age is 17 years old. So you can see this. Hello Rohan, you are 70 years old and welcome to Coding Quill. Now let's move on to unformatted IO functions. So this function in C allows you to read or write data without any formatting. It includes get, char, put char, get s and put s function and minimum. So get char, basically it is used to read character from standard input. Put char is used to display character to standard output. Get che, which reads and display the character. Get ch, only read the single character but not display. Put ch, which is used to display any alphanumeric characters to standard output. Okay, and yes, one more thing, unformatted IO function are also have two types: character input output and string input output. So this is your character input output. So let's see string input output. So it also contains four functions, which is your get s, put s, c gets and c puts. So get s basically accept any string from the standard input. Put s is used to display a string or character array. C gets used to read a string from the console, and C puts used to display the string to the console. Okay, so thanks everyone. If you found this video helpful, then please like, share and subscribe. Till then, see you on Thursday, 15th of February with a new topic.